What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Ryan, one of your hosts of The Worldly Perspective, and I'm here with my other friends from the Jehovah's Witness organization, but they left because they're sinners. Got Dobstopper here, Tyler Rickshaw, Dr. Time Waster, and we're going to watch a JW video today with a little culty message, and we'll see if you pick up on it.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What day is this?
Friday.
Oh, did we forget to do this on Thursday?
We've never forgotten before, have we?
What?
Womp, womp, womp.
Oopies. Are we late?
No. Oh no.
Oh, no.
I kind of like this time.
I kind of like this time too.
Me too. I'm not as tired, I can tell you
look
that much.
refreshed and beautiful.
Maybe we should just do it this time all the time.
Something to think about, maybe. Maybe I do want to clarify something though. While Brother Rickshaw can contemplate whether he likes this time too, is he or is he not a Jehovah's Witness? Ex-Jehovah's Witness?
He's
Secret
the only
Jehovah's
weirdo
Witness?
that doesn't fit in.
He's a future ex-Jehovah's Witness.
I joined. Remember, I just reject all his teachings now.
Oh,
Right.
That's right. Because you don't want to live forever, and you're doubling down on.
Oh, he
that.
is a Jehovah's Witness because he
I
has
just
to believe it.
Yeah, I believe Jehovah. All what they say is true. I just reject all of it.
That
You're
way
you're
he
just
can.
being contrary, Tyler.
That way he
I
can
can
get
get that-
to the afterlife where it's only darkness.
He
Sweet, sweet,
would
nothing
like
of
to
existence.
feel that fate.
Mhm.
So how you guys been? It's been a little bit since we did a live.
It
Everyone
has
doing well?
been. Yes.
Jay said he's usually at work at this time, but not today.
Well,
Who?
perfect timing then. Also, we can watch cult propaganda.
That's one of my
What a
favorite
great way to
forms of
spend the afternoon.
propaganda. My
I mean-
second favorite form of propaganda is cult propaganda.
What else would you rather do with your day than watch JW videos made by people who don't get paid, by volunteers?
Oh yeah. They don't get paid to make none of that.
No.
This
They
is
get a
a
place to stay.
hospitality that we're offering you all here, a service of kindness and our time.
Well, the
Mhm.
videos, I don't know. The people that make the videos might get some sort of salary, but it'd be because they're at Bethel, aren't they?
You mean compensated in some way, like cost of living or
Well, I think they get like an apartment and
room and boarding,
food, and then maybe like a very, very, very tiny amount of spending money. But,
indentured servant?
yeah,
It
Yeah, I
depends
think
on
they
what
get-
you call a very tiny amount. That tiny amount could be a lot of spending money.
I'm guessing it's probably like $20 a week.
I don't know what
Ooh.
their stipend is. I don't know what they call it, but I can't imagine that it's much. It's probably very meager.
It's
And-
you're getting compensated with your room and board and all that. You're not saving up cash.
Yeah, but what do you do
Mm.
when you leave? You're not going to have any savings. You're definitely not making
Right.
enough money to put stuff away.
Are you
Right.
saying it's not so transparent that they wouldn't have that listed for what people make?
I mean, right? Sure.
Oh, is that important
this-
to people?
This
Huh.
organization being transparent, they're like
Like, do
anti-transparent.
you know that when you're getting into it? Do they know? Ooh.
Okay.
You know what?
Like, I'm going to devote my life and go live on, the Bethel campus.
Oh,
And then I get there and I find out I didn't think to ask about what I would live off of and how I would live, but you're already in it, and it's such an honor to be there that you just ignore that you're being terribly, terribly undercompensated for your time.
oh
Yeah.
yeah. It doesn't
You're
matter
just-
because you're doing it for Jehovah's organization.
Yeah, and you're so
Yeah.
busy chasing that carrot, and
Right.
That's who you use.
you don't even realize.
Jehovah should be enough.
Should
Hey,
be.
Amber.
Spider crawl across
Good to
my
see
wall, so I got to get eyes on it. Hold on.
Hi,
And
Denver.
hi, Dan, too.
Okay,
Hi,
are you
Dan.
guys ready to watch this?
All right, we're watching videos. What do we got? This is Ryan's pick of
Yes,
video?
this is my pick today, and I
What
picked one of the
about it?
recent. Well, this is a recent cartoon from the Jehovah's Witnesses, Caleb and Sophia.
Real quick, Jay said that the people in Bethel used to get around $120 plus gas a month.
Oh, let me pop that up.
Yep.
How often is that? A week?
A month.
A month?
Yeah, he clarified the next message, a month.
Oh.
So, I mean, like, it's something, but like we said, you're not saving up any resources for yourself after or anything.
Oh my Lord. What can you even do with $120 a month? Can
And
you
was
have
this
a phone?
the Brooklyn, Bethel? Like the downtown New York City? Like, you're not downtown.
Expensive? Well, whatever it is, it's not going to be cheap.
They probably provide some sort of phone nowadays.
I guess.
I
But then
wouldn't
that
know.
probably means they're monitoring what they're doing on their phone. At least that would be my
right.
That's how I would.
This is one of those North Korea soft operating system phones that has an altered version of Android.
Oh gosh.
So sort of like a army training camp.
I don't actually know. I'm just guessing.
Okay. So I've not watched this. This is a blind react. So none of us are seeing this. So if you need me to stop it, just tell me to stop it. Okay. I might have the wrong one pulled up because I have two. We'll find out very quickly.
Oh. Be hospitable? What does that mean?
It's a quality mentioned in the Bible. We can be hospitable by being kind to others and making them feel welcome. Does it make you happy when others share with you? Hospitality is like sharing, but it's not just about sharing what you have. It's about how we feel on the inside when we do it.
Because we love others.
There are many ways to be hospitable. You can make others feel welcome when they visit your congregation.
Hello, my name's Sophia. It's so nice to meet you. Welcome to our congregation. My name is Caleb. Do you like dinosaurs? Yeah!
You can also make others feel welcome when they come to your home. You can even share a meal together.
I wonder who that could be.
Oh, I invited the whole congregation.
Gulp.
Just make sure you have your parents' permission before you invite someone over.
And remember, we don't need to have a lot of things to be hospitable.
The disclaimer.
Some of the most precious things we can share with others is our time and attention.
Invite me over to watch no JW.
So, can we invite someone over? Please?
Sure. Who did you have in mind?
You.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
Does it? Oh, how sweet. I'll be
I'm
right
sorry,
over.
I don't approve of the religion.
That was so innocent.
I can't be associated.
There was no hidden messages in there whatsoever. There was at least one I picked up on immediately. What did you guys pick up anything? Did anything just seem?
Oh, I have many thoughts.
Well, I mean, the main thing I noticed was jw.org on the TV. And I also was wondering what Tyler's opinion of the animation style was.
That's actually also what I wanted to know. I second that.
What do you think, Tyler? Could you imagine doing that for free? How do you feel about that?
Oh, I would do that for free. Hell no. It's pretty decent, but that's pretty good for free work. I tell you that. I've seen you get paid do worse than that. That is whoever doing that is getting scammed.
Oh,
if you're doing that, if they're doing that and they're not getting paid, they're getting
120 a month.
I mean, they probably have all the software available to them, and
that still don't matter. The amount of work it's going to take to do that. That is.
But what you're talking, I think what you're talking about is as long as they did pay for somebody's basic needs so that they could focus on doing something they really, really liked, such as animation, they'd be willing to probably animate whatever, as long as they got to do the thing they really loved to do and didn't have to worry about what kind of salary they needed, because they lived there, they ate there, and they got to do the thing they wanted to do, which I'm not going to say is a terrible thing.
Well, but they're not gonna have time to do. They're not
deal.
gonna have time. They're not gonna have time to work on the animation they want to work on because they're gonna be working on that, and that's gonna take forever.
I mean, you're correct, and
About-
working environments also make a big deal as well.
And by the time they get done with that, last thing they're gonna want to do is hop on the computer again. They're gonna want to get off and they want to do other things. You can't. Nobody want to sit there and do that all day. I wouldn't want to sit there. They couldn't pay me to sit there. All you gonna do? You're just gonna animate these Jehovah Witnesses? I don't want to do that.
Yeah, but you already know you can do anything you want to. They might believe that if they leave this organization, they'd have to go and struggle in the world and get a job at
They're better off
Starbucks
than,
and, you know, like
now.
they're-
Well, in
they
this
don't
day
have
and
college
age,
educations. They're not going to be able to get this job possibly elsewhere because they didn't get
They will.
credentials. And I'm
You
just
don't need
saying,
to-
I'm
know what I mean?
broadly.
when it comes to animation, you can forget about credentials in school. None of that really matters. All that matters is that portfolio.
Well,
And if that was the work they turned in, whoever did
Mhm.
that could get a job
mhm.
elsewhere. Now it's steep competition though.
Right.
It's just
I'm
steep
sure.
competition. It wouldn't be easy to get the job, but he could go. But
But I wouldn't blame
They-
somebody for taking the opportunity that was in front of them to at least, get there faster.
now, if they was paying money, if the Jehovah was paying them money, then yeah, good deal. Milk those suckers and get what you can.
I hope they
and
get
dip.
paid.
Yeah, if you
Get
get
a
paid, you
union.
dip.
Get them a union.
I do wonder if at some point they would need to hire people, but I have no idea.
I do know
An
that
outside
the-
consult.
Yeah,
The Mormon-
if they continue
Mormon-
to breed
oh,
dumb people,
no,
no offense.
the Mormon, for all their stuff, they pay outsource, and they pay money. I
Yeah,
done pitched for a few,
and they're
I
not
done
against
pitched for a few.
education either.
Yeah, I done pitched for a few. It's animation for their organization, so you gotta align whatever their thing is. But they pay. They got the money. The Mormons got that money. They be
More than the
sometimes
JWs.
when I say they paying. I think the last person I seen, they was paying like $80,000 for one. And it was like
Not
maybe,
too bad.
For
It was
what?
like I think the animation was maybe a minute.
Really?
Animation costs a lot of money.
Wowzers.
And they
Wowzers.
pay.
So I mean, even
So
at
it's a
the
better
minimum, if it
business
was
model.
Oh, they got disposable income.
Right.
They got so much money on what to do with it. Hey, here.
yeah, well, they're one of the
They-
richest
I know.
church conglomerates out there.
I've been
Yeah.
trying to weasel my way in there for the longest.
Yeah, give them 10%. You pretty much have to be rich to be a Mormon.
I think there's been plenty of arguments that appears to be the way that the Jehovah's Witness organization is slowly trying to evolve into is a model that's more similar to the Mormon model because it is more profitable and they do have more people. And they've even been lightening up on a lot of their older rules. And so it's like, hey, maybe this movement, we can all kind of drift together. It's Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola making an agreement that neither one of them will make their prices significantly different than the other, and they'll always keep them even so that they stay at the top in the market and outcompete everybody. Right? It's
Monopoly.
a similar idea. It's a business.
It is a business. One of the things that I heard them say that I was like, that makes me feel a little bit icky on the inside
Oh,
is when
the ending for sure.
well, I mean, all of it, honestly,
Right.
quite frankly, the smile, everything's wonderful. I love doing all of this and giving. I can never give enough. But when the narrator said, what's important is how you feel on the inside when you give.
Oh,
And being
I caught that.
being a kid who's forced to be welcoming, giving of your time, yada yada yada, you may not feel good about it. And here this dude is telling you,
It's not even that you're being forced to be welcoming and feel good and share your time and stuff. It's that you're forced to pretend to be welcoming in a certain specific
exactly.
way.
Exactly.
You're not
Exactly.
being actually welcoming.
It's
You're
performance.
masking.
It's a social performance.
100%.
And the performance that's being asked of you is not welcoming.
Yeah,
It's
because they
welcome in
latched,
this way.
With this condition and with this
That-
condition.
because they latched onto the basic skill you got to teach people, and then they added this extra nonsense onto it. It's like, hey, chill out, get Jehovah out of here. Like I teach my kids, like, yeah, it'd be nice and be welcome, but also your space is valuable too, not just Jehovah, but they, it's all about what Jehovah says. Jehovah said be welcome.
What Jehovah wants. Is there anything else that like you guys picked up on?
Yeah, didn't the video say something specifically about it being your time that you're spending? Like it's part of the hospitality is not just generosity, but it's of your time.
Right.
And
Because you might not have other things.
Right. And doing it without compensation is, of course, something that should make you feel good. And that feeling of feeling good should be all the reward and payment that you need to do this hospitality. I went and, of course, nerded out on this, and I went and looked up like the origins of the word of hospitality. And it goes, there's quite an evolution backwards for it as far as like Latin origins, but essentially is all about providing how did I say it behind the scenes? It's a friendly, it's mostly receiving a guest or treating a stranger or being friendly to even somebody you don't even know, but usually on a like transactional basis.
That was the word you used. Yeah.
It's a kindness of transaction to strangers and to people you may not know, or it doesn't really specify. It could be people you don't even like.
Sounds like prostitution.
If you would call that a kindness, then yeah, maybe. But you can't ignore the similarity of the word hospitality to other words like hospital, hostels, hospice. These are all things that are they're rooted to this concept of either providing a service or a space to do that service in, but it's always like a kindness of specificity, but with a transactional, reimbursement of that time. And what this cartoon is saying is, give us your time for free. Do these things for free. Do all of these things. But you notice all the things that they're welcoming. Yes, does it look kind of like, oh, it could be you. We want you to come in. It's an invitation to get you to come here and see how wonderful and nice everything is. But once you're there, you really aren't offering this kindness to actual strangers very often, if ever. And it's always within the in-group. So it's kindness, but it's also a way to spend all your time there with them and do it for free. And that can be build buildings. It can be whatever your specialty is, and whatever, job that you do, you're going to be giving that time and specialty for free.
Yes.
And you need to feel good about it. And does it sometimes feel good to do that? Of course. I think that's humanity. But they're specifically, we were talking about this, Bethel, people going to Bethel, people who make the videos, people who are cooking the food, people who are doing all these jobs to make this industry of this whole process of making this content, right? And they're doing it pretty much for free, with some compensation.
I don't even think it's worth to call it compensation, quite frankly.
Jehovah's enough compensation. It's actually
well, but that's exactly what they're telling you. Like, you should feel good knowing that you're doing what Jehovah wants, which is
and on paper
all your
that
time
doesn't
giving.
Sound necessarily nefarious, but as we know, there's again all the other aspects we've talked about a million times of the problematic parts of it, the controlling parts of it, the manipulation parts of it, and then what you've done is you've made it look inviting to come in, and then it's sort of like a trap to keep people there as much as you can through coercion and guilt and emotional manipulation, but also physical physically getting people isolated, it helps as well. So it's just a great business model for slavery with extra steps. Is that how Rick and Morty? Or wait, what was that, Rick and Morty?
I don't know, but
I
I
know what
love
you're talking
that
about.
slavery with extra steps. That's practically what it is.
What's that?
And people don't even realize it's happening. They're unaware they've
Yeah,
put
damn.
themselves in this life of constant expectation of give, whatever you have, you must
There's
give.
only, oh, look online, it says only 8.8 million Jehovah Witness members in 2024. Wow, that's pretty small.
What was it in 2019?
1 in a billion.
Jesus, not a lot of people.
Whoa, is that an accurate reference?
Does anyone know what the numbers were in 2019 for JW members?
No, I'm sorry, I don't keep those numbers on deck.
No.
Like that.
Thing.
I'm just looking at what it said in 2024. That's not even. Jeez. I thought
Hard
it
to
was
even
more
know
than
how
that.
accurate the numbers are, probably.
It's probably less, but even if they're gassing up the numbers with this, that still ain't a lot in comparison to the big boys who got 2 billion people each.
Well,
And they only had 8
considering they
billion.
continue, they're not growing like they used to, but with that lack of growth, they still continue to expect their members to be hospitable and spend their time erecting quick
Yeah, they
builds
gotta-
and other
they gotta
type
do-
of assembly halls, etc., just to
They got to start doing some inbreeding because they're gonna start doing some inbreeding or something. Because I don't think they're gonna start pulling. They ain't be able to pull in that many people. I don't think. I wonder how many people they convince every year, like to join. Like that's completely non-Jehovah Witness. That's never been associated with Jehovah Witness. Nothing. How many of those people they get every year? Probably like 2. I would say about 2. I just don't hard press to you if you're not already in Jehovah Witness kinda or somewhere around Jehovah Witness. I don't think you can really. I think it's a hard sell because we see you standing around at all the fun events, making them boring.
if people truly got a whiff of what it's like.
This is why Jay's comment is very relevant. The kids want friends because they don't have many in the cult.
No.
And that's because you guys are just walking by going, I feel sorry for them kids.
Oh, we are. Every time I see a Jehovah, I'm like, man, I feel bad for them kids. Like it's a what they call it? Saint. What they call themselves now? The Saints people. They used to be Mormons, whatever they want to call themselves.
Oh,
now.
LDS? I don't know.
Latter.
Oh,
Yeah,
Latter-day Saints, yes.
It's
Former
one down
Day
the road, and it's one down the road. And I used to live in an apartment complex, like right in front. And I remember driving through the little middle piece. You see them all coming in the church, and you can just see in the car. You got all the kids. Every car that passed by, you see the kid in there like this.
Miserable. Because it isn't a fun place to be. Nobody wants to go there. Everybody inside is not happy, even though they tell you you're supposed to feel joyous about it because you're, being compassionate. Whatever. And no kid is excited to go to the Kingdom Hall or to go to temple. It's just fake.
Like 17 million Mormons. That's how many.
Jehovah's Witnesses would have to change a whole lot to catch up with the Mormons.
Oh yeah. But y'all gotta catch up with the Baptists. They range from 51 to 170 million people. And you can't even count, and that's not even counting the people who consider them. But they don't keep but the regular church is like they don't keep a registry of who's in and who's out really as much. And also that's not even counting the people who believe the stuff, they just don't go to church. So you don't know. So they're like, man, because there ain't no Jehovah Witness except me. I'm the only Jehovah Witness, that believes
you're the real deal Holyfield.
I believe in Jehovah.
The one true believer we have here on the stream.
And I reject all his teachings. I want that sweet life to be all.
So
I'm not gonna be hospitable at all.
But you don't want to be friends with Satan. Is that, or do you care?
Yeah, man.
Because I think he believes and also rejects. That's
whatever gets you to the afterlife you want.
What will get me to that sweet nothing?
That sweet nothing.
The sweet none Jehovah promise. He promised non-existence. So
Is that in
Yeah.
Psalm where he's like, "You're gonna be dead. You ain't gonna feel nothing. Don't worry, it's all good."
oh yeah, I got a video down there for proof of God.
Oh, hold on.
He's a
There we
little
go.
smug too. He's a little smug too. So
Okay.
bear with that.
Look,
In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you why God has to exist.
has to.
We can start by having you take a look
This guy's not
around.
gonna give you
Now, what do
copyright
you
issue,
see? You probably see a bunch
He shouldn't.
of just
Do we
stuff.
have one with the
Okay,
other
now
one?
think about that stuff.
Huh?
And it doesn't matter what kind of stuff you're looking at. This will work fine for anything that you can see. Now, I want you to ask yourself, did all of that stuff exist 50 years ago? Or 100 years ago? Or how about 1,000 years ago? Better yet, you
No.
can just ask yourself, was there a time when what you see now did not exist at some point in the past? Everything that you can see, whether it be your phone, your couch, your dog, your house, a tree, the moon, the sun, the earth beneath your feet, it really doesn't matter. Everything that you can see didn't exist at some point, and the only reason that it exists now is because something caused it to start existing at some point in the past. Now pick out just one thing out of all that stuff that you can see, and let's call that thing one. If I were to ask you
Thing
why
one.
thing one exists, you'd point to other things. Now to keep it simple, out of those things, let's just consider one of them, and let's call that thing two. Thing two came into existence because thing three exists, and thing three came into existence because of thing four, and so on. Okay, now hold that thought for a moment. And let's move from thinking about existence to the color red. Picture a red flower. Now there's a reason why that flower is red. The flower didn't have to be red. The flower could have been yellow, the flower could have been white, the flower could have been purple, but instead it's red. The redness of the flower came from something else that gave it its redness. If something didn't give the flower its redness, then the flower wouldn't have been red. Now the important thing to remember is that the flower itself is not the same thing as redness. Now, it has redness, but it's not redness itself. Back to existence. Existence is kind of like the color red. Existence is something that the flower has, but the flower itself is not the same thing as existence. It only has existence because something else gave it existence. The flower wouldn't exist unless it got its existence from thing two. And thing two wouldn't exist unless it got its existence from thing three. And thing three wouldn't exist unless it got its existence from thing four. And this goes on and on. This is not only true for the flower, but this is true for every single thing that you can see right now. All of the stuff that exists will eventually trace back all the way until we get to a final point that we can call the OE. No, not that OE. OE as in original existence.
This is just a really
Okay,
drawn
better
out,
yet, let's just call it
unmoved
thing Z.
mover.
Thing Z would be the starting point and the ultimate reason for why anything at all began to exist or why anything exists right now. Now, this leads to the next question. If the reason why anything exists is because it got its existence from something else, then what's the reason that thing Z exists? In the case of thing Z, things are a little bit different because unlike everything else, we don't have anything else to point to because thing Z is the first thing to exist. Remember OE, original existence? In other words, you can't point to something that doesn't exist in order to show why thing Z exists, because obviously that doesn't make any sense. Because thing Z didn't get its existence from anything else, then thing Z had to always have existed. So it would be impossible for anything to threaten its existence or to take it out of existence. In other words, thing Z is eternal. Thing Z would not have existence. Thing Z would
That's how
be
it works.
existence. So what could thing Z be? Well, it can't be anything physical because anything physical would have either began to exist or it's possible for it to stop existing at some point.
Or
And
never
because it isn't
had
physical, it
existed ever.
also would have to be beyond physical space. Similarly, it would never have begun to exist, and therefore it would have to be beyond time as well. So in other words, thing Z would have to be an eternal, non-physical, uncaused creator that's responsible for the beginning of all time and all space, and also responsible for everything that did exist, everything that exists now, and everything that will exist in the future. Does thing Z sound like someone that you've heard about? Some people call him God.
Oh my God.
You know that he exists. Always have and always will. Oh, and wait until you hear about his son. But I'll save that for another video. So make sure you
His son?
subscribe because wait until you see what else.
Wait, are you telling me there's one God and he's eternal and he actually has a son? Oh, be damned.
I'm gonna need a transcript on that, and that is
Oh, I
under
could-
I'm
This
gonna
is
bet
what-
that's the best
Every-
reverse
I was-
engineering math trick I've ever seen that doesn't make sense when you play it forward.
All he said in 4 minutes was, if this exists because of this exists because of this exists,
then this has to exist.
Then if so, this exists, but this exists because it always existed. So you can't figure out why it existed. It's always been eternal. So that's what he was saying.
Well, what got me was you said you can't use something that used to exist but doesn't exist anymore as an explanation for why something else existed. And I was like,
it exists. How did
you get that claim?
because it exists eternally.
I just need Matt Dillahunty and Tracy Harris here right now for this.
Oh, we don't need them. We can do this.
They've gone over this so many times, and I'm like, man, I know they can do this better. But go ahead. This is I'm looking up.
Well, so
if God is thing one, then where was the other thing?
Okay.
Thing Z always existed. And we know thing always existed because he told us.
Okay, so the rule just doesn't apply for the thing Z. I see that. I like that. That makes it easy.
Thing Z exists always. So he told us that.
How he established that, but he went so fast. I did not catch how
the whole argument is that I forget what the argument's called, but that everything has a cause. Therefore, there must be an original cause, which automatically disproves the initial argument that everything has a cause. So all it does is move the goalposts back to one thing that's saying, well, this thing Z doesn't have a cause.
Because it always has
a cause except for that.
Yeah, it was not an explanation. It was just a drag me around the circus ring.
So
to take me back to the beginning.
There's a name for this
argument. He proved it, right? Safe to say, right?
I'm a believer, guys.
He said, in order to explain how you got thing one, you point to thing two. And I just wanted to point out, since we're pointing at things, that thing two is actually probably like a million different things that came together and coalesced over time. It's not just thing two. It's never that simple. And so to oversimplify it, you're averaging numbers that then totally take away the meaning of the spectrum. And then he jumped to color, which is also just a spectrum, right? He started saying, how does it get this color? Why is it this color, not this color? And color is just something we perceive. And
something gave it color.
Perceive it the same way because we have essentially the exact same equipment to perceive it with. But other animals perceive color differently, and other things are visible that we can't see. And to say that
what about the colorblind people?
Something one color or another is a completely different question.
What about the colorblind people?
I said most of us perceive it the same way.
So
most of us, Tyler, listen.
There's also a reason to think that the first prime, the thing that's always existed forever, is God. We don't know whether or not the universe has always existed forever.
He told us in the video things he always existed.
But he said that there's no basis for the claim that I could hear.
It's not a claim. He's telling us, and we need to listen.
That's what a claim is. I'm telling you.
No, he's not claiming. He's telling us what it is.
That's the same
thing. Things Z always existed, and we accept it as it is.
And
I don't accept that without evidence.
Didn't we do an episode on logical fallacies? This one, logical fallacy. The first logical fallacy at play here is special pleading, because
we got that called out. Pragmatic crystal.
The first argument that he puts is that everything has a cause, but there's special pleading used at the end that the last thing does not have a cause.
We do have one less rib. That is true.
We do not.
I'm one rib less.
A McRib. That's where McRibs are from. That's why you can only listen for a special amount of time.
What if we found out the McRibs have always been human meat?
Oh no,
Soylent Green. Then I will be really glad I've still never had one.
Oh gosh, I've eaten too many.
Me either.
I've had a McRib. It tastes like human. They taste like human. I would bet it is human.
It
I wouldn't even know if I was eating human. They
I
probably
was gonna
fried
say, how do
It's
you know
probably
what
all.
you're
It's
eating?
probably all the homeless people that rich CEOs have murdered on the street, and they just give them to
Because you
McDonald's.
got to think about it. The only time we ever hear about eating human is in a dire situation. We ain't had time to really, process that meat. Let it age a little bit. We ain't never, make some jerky out of it, or properly smoke it.
I believe you're in Texas. Isn't that what the Chainsaw Massacre guy does down the road? Like, isn't that his specialty? Or
yeah, but that's not. But I'm talking about fine dining though, not in a horror situation.
Hannibal Lecter style.
You get to sit down in the menu.
Special.
You sit down in the menu. I say, oh, how long has that human foot been smoking? Oh, he smoked for 13 hours. Falls right off the toe meat falling right off. Tender.
Oh man, ew, the toe meat and the hairs. The hairs just singe right off, so you don't have to worry about like tweezing them or anything.
Tickle
I really want to go back and watch that video and then like truly draw an if this then diagram of like.
Oh, come on! Why would you want to watch this?
I want to see it on paper.
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to hit it. This is the least of his smuggiest. He's pretty smug in a lot of his videos.
But people like it though, right? People watch it. People
like to feel superior and smugness.
Oh yeah. He's he's part of the whole conglomerate of Christian apologists on YouTube.
Right.
That's where you get like him. That's where you get him. What's that other guy? What's that guy? What's that one guy? That that guy. He always making weird. What's his name?
Inspiring philosophy? No.
He's the old guy. Ken Ham, and the other guy.
Hovind?
I can't think of his name.
Ken Hovind?
Yeah, I think him. Like they all run around together.
They do.
Yeah, they all hang around with. They all hang out with each other. They all just agree with each other, and then they did a whole atheist versus Christian argument. Of course, the Christians win.
So they say.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I got so sick of those kind of debates all the time, because it was like it didn't matter. I could predict the outcome of every single debate. Both sides would disagree with each other, and then at the end, both declare victory of the debate, and that's no debate I've ever seen on any topic or subject.
No. They were playing both atheists. They were playing both.
Well, they were playing both sides.
Yeah, well, they were on both sides.
So that's the only time you'll get a clear winner, I suppose.
Yeah, you get a clear winner because they're both playing one. They're team up. They're gonna be the Christians, and other people are gonna be the atheists. And obviously, they make atheists seem completely
misrepresented. That's what they all do. That's what Jehovah's Witnesses do. Oh, I know what video I want to show us. I don't know where it is. I have to go find it. God, I think I watched it actually on Wally's show. Do y'all watch Wally?
It's always good to remember that our ideas about what other people think and what's going on in their head are always wrong. Always. Even when they're most accurate, they're still somewhat wrong. So it's good to keep that in mind so you don't act on what you think is going on in somebody else's mind.
Well, I also think it's really important to recognize when you like content and when you don't, and pay attention to how that content is made. And if that's the reason you like it, and not really about the content, right? So like this video we just watched, why would people like it? Well, I mean, he talked really fast and he had a lot of snippy, like everything was jumping. He had a couple of jokey memes, if you know, haha, I've seen that movie, like you get a reason to like the guy and like the way he talks and like the way he speaks, and then you'll just okay. I mean, well, you're right. Okay, so I didn't really follow that, but the end was the same as you're right. That I have heard that before, that God did it, and it just reinforces
No.
you already.
God didn't do it. God did not do it. Thing Z did it.
Oh, so is God Z now?
Yeah, Thing Z.
Right.
Praise Thing Z.
Almighty
Thing Z
Z.
did it.
That makes World War Z so much different.
Very
Look at
different.
us.
That's a different
He's a,
answer.
he's a very
Um,
smug guy.
I should
It-
probably.
Yeah, he should have been. You know,
Uh,
I shared mine. You know,
I shared mine. I'm gonna go see if I can. Well, I want to go see if I can find that other video now because
yeah, this is a perfect time to find that video.
I know.
We'll search.
hang
Who
on.
is this?
Who is this?
So I come across this. I don't know this guy in particular. His name is Rick Allen Ross, an American deprogrammer, cult specialist, and founder and
Oh,
executive director of the nonprofit Cult Education Institute.
sweet.
William Lane Craig.
Oh, right.
That's what he hangs out with.
Is that the wait? What's the guy that did the banana? Ray Comfort.
Comfort?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And we have a
Comfort.
banana in our background.
Yes.
So
The banana fits perfectly up your butt. Therefore, God.
Therefore.
So, this is a 2-hour-long interview between this guy and Alex O'Connor. Is the name of the
Channel.
YouTube channel. I don't know why it doesn't show the whole thing. That's weird. He does quite a few good videos of this, so I highly recommend checking him out. I have a couple spots I'm gonna
I think
show in here.
because you have the chat on your screen.
What'd you
The
say?
The chat is on your screen, I think, or it might be shrinking it for that. Never mind.
Is it good now?
No,
We see
Don't
it.
ignore me. I
We're
don't
fine.
hey,
ignore me.
hit that square in the corner over there.
To make it a little bit bigger.
Yeah, in the corner, all the way in the corner. Hit that.
The full screen?
Yes, sir. It's
I'm
full
not gonna
screen.
be able to see y'all. I don't think.
Yeah, you will. It's not gonna take
Okay.
over your computer.
Gotcha.
Listen to me. I know what I'm doing.
All right, here we go.
They have democratic governance and checks and balances regarding authority and power. And Jehovah's Witnesses would yet be another example.
Yes.
They started as the followers of Charles Russell. And then they
Russellites.
followed a man by the name of Rutherford, who succeeded Russell. But then power devolved, and today the Witnesses, though much more authoritarian than the Mormons, in my opinion, are governed by a group literally called the governing body, which is composed of about 9 men who run Jehovah's Witnesses. Now, they still, in my opinion, are a destructive authoritarian religious organization because of things like their denial of blood transfusions. And many witnesses die every year. Children die because they're not permitted to get a blood transfusion because of the group's beliefs. Also, the witnesses can be very harsh when it comes to excommunicating someone or shunning them, what they call disfellowshipping. And they can cut people off from families and so forth. And then we can look at mainstream religion, and we can look at Jesus, Moses, Buddha, Muhammad. Muhammad.
I'm gonna skip over this.
Okay.
I just wanted to bring up some parts where Jehovah's Witnesses were mentioned in particular.
Jehovah's Witnesses, and I know people whose family won't speak to them, who knew that if they were to ever leave, they would be their family would be instructed not to talk to them. In fact, I knew one chap who was living in the same sort of house on a different floor to some of his family members, because there was this rule that if you live under the same roof, it's impractical to fully excommunicate, so you're still allowed to communicate with them. And this guy wanted to move out. You know, he was married. You know, he had kids. He wanted to leave, but he knew that the moment he left that particular building and went and lived somewhere else, his family would never speak to him again. And so people like that will say to me, like, "Yeah, it's a cult. I mean, it's definitely a cult." I suppose it seems like what you're saying is that because it lacks specifically the charismatic leader now, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but would you say therefore something like the Jehovah's Witnesses probably best isn't characterized as a cult for that reason?
We might call a group a destructive authoritarian organization or religious organizations. Keep in mind that many cults have nothing to do with religion. Keith Raniere, who led Nexium, which was supposedly a improvement seminar selling company. That wasn't a religion. It was incorporated as a business. And Ranieri was, and I testified at his criminal trial before he was in prison, in my opinion, one of the most destructive cult leaders in recent times. Another example would be Synanon, the drug rehabilitation community in California that was started by Charles Diedrich. Diedrich didn't create a religion. It was a rehabilitation community that some people would argue initially was beneficial, but went off the rails. So there are groups that have no religious basis whatsoever. The single most salient feature of a destructive cult is the all-powerful leader. And this is a leader who is determining, depending on the group, virtually everything and anything regarding the members in the group. So whatever the leader says is right. Whatever the leader says is wrong. And the leader engenders dependency upon him to make value judgments for you. And in my experience, the leader typically believes, because the leaders I've encountered are deeply narcissistic, that everyone should think like them, be like them, and that they are, in fact, the prototype for perfection of human existence. And so what you have in many of these groups is...
I think that's it.
I mean, I like what he says, other than I disagree with him when it comes to what a cult, like the JWs being a cult.
Well, he was just saying that you could call them a high control religion or authoritarian organization, but the only thing that's really different is just that there's not one personality that is trying to copy
It is
stuff.
Jehovah.
I mean, it is in a little way. Instead of being one
individual.
Everybody's following Jehovah.
It is Jehovah. Jehovah is the cult leader, just with a few men behind the curtain. The puppeteers are just a little more visible now.
It's like us.
Okay, you know, you got us, but it's still Jehovah. It's still Jehovah, you guys. It's
the idea of Jehovah.
But I want to just say I appreciate the goal he has here is to keep a definition just for the sake of, you know, categorizing these kinds of things, the nuance that is present, you know, and I think he's just trying to preserve the nuance by saying this is a cult and this is high control and authoritarian religion. But really, we've already broken it down to the religion is just a make-believe cult leader that you've then given the power of multiple people to tell you what it's supposed to be. And that makes you feel good in a slightly different way. But other people, you know, these are just secular. It sounds like secular cults are cults. You know, like MLM cults.
It's 11 guys making up a leader.
It feels like a guy who was a cult leader years ago somehow tricked people into, you make sure they still follow me even when I'm dead.
Right.
Well, the definition says figure or object.
Yeah.
And
he is the...
They did also rally around a singular figure for a while.
At the beginning,
At the beginning.
I think he mentions that somewhere else in this video that he would.
It's just the internet.
Beginning.
They don't have like the internet's too broad now, so they can't really wrangle in all the
Do I need to put something up?
Sure.
I got something to put up. It's real quick though.
There's a lot of things on this Alex O'Connor channel that I recommend to anybody. By the way,
he's OG. He's the OG atheist.
I just want to say before we move on from this one, though, like what he described as a cult leader was a narcissistic person who wants everyone to be like them. And like, that's the goal. And I was like, that's literally everything that, you know, it does not be like Jehovah. He made us in his image.
Right.
Meaning, you know, he has the authority and the right to take our lives because he created our lives. The whole point of the blood transfusion thing is because the Bible says that God told Adam and Eve, or, you know, Adam and Eve, Noah, whoever the fuck they are. that told them that, blood was sacred and that he gave them the life and he has the right to, in fact, he wants to take that blood back, that soul back when they die. And that's really how you can interpret that initial blood.
Yeah. Jehovah is such a great cult leader. He's managed to have multiple cults. Multiple. All of them believe in essentially the same person, but everybody's just arguing about who really knows this. I know the cult leader better than you.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm closer. I have a better relationship.
I understand this peer story. It ain't peer story, but I understand this old text better than anyone.
Yeah.
I was not there, but I know for sure. You're not interpreting it right. I have the answer.
Yeah.
I know what's going.
I know nothing about the culture of the time, but I definitely understand the context.
Yeah, it's just like it's just like those, and those are the same type of people. If they wasn't in religion, they was gonna do it anyway. There's the same people that hop online who wake up in the middle of the night. Well, I know what's really going on in the world. We're about the world.
With my 0 credentials or knowledge on the topic, I have figured.
They woke up one day and said, "I have the answers to the entire world." Right here.
I mean, I've had those epiphanies before, and then usually immediately went, this is probably not the first time anyone's had this thought, or
I humble myself every time I get that type of thought. Like, I know what's no, you don't. Well, look at the video.
You're dumb.
I got a video to show you. It's real quick, but it's 2 things. I want to see if y'all seen this guy before, or do y'all notice something funny about these videos?
This one?
Yeah, it's real quick.
Let's push Christianity down your throat.
Christianity was in Africa before Europe. Whoa, did you hear that? Christianity was in Africa before Europe. Yeah, like Ethiopia. Go ahead, keep going, brother. The Ethiopian Bible is older than the King James. And thank you. That's exactly right. The argument that Christianity brought, that colonialism brought Christianity to Africa is completely wrong. Why is it completely wrong? Because Christianity was already in Africa before Europe. Christianity was in Africa before Europe. Everybody hear that? And one thing you need to know is that Christianity is not a European religion. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One more time. Real loud. Christianity is not a European religion.
Oh, brother. Lies.
Christianity is not a white.
A lot of it is.
No.
Maybe not originally, and maybe not Ethiopian.
No, not originally. Yeah, originally it was a mixture of a bunch of religions.
We can argue about that all day long. But that whole setup is fake.
No, he's been doing that.
He has a whole series where he does these things, and it's like, yeah, I couldn't find the longer version of that. But when you see it, say like, it's fake. It's because the way she was talking, like, oh yeah, you get somebody in the crowd to say the question you want, and you have somebody else in the crowd. Like that whole thing was a setup to look like, like that, just like spontaneously, this guy just came out of nowhere and said, no, Christianity is for King James. But that doesn't change the fact of like, it doesn't make it true. Regardless, to me, it doesn't matter first, second, third, or last. Right. It don't sound believable.
It's like a street performance.
It don't matter when I don't care who got it first. They just if it wasn't it, okay, I guess they got tricked first. But yeah, those
cultural appropriation.
Videos.
I mean, they might as well just have a freaking hat out there so people can drop their coin in as they walk past.
Oh yeah. He does he'll be doing this. He's been doing that thing for years. We just get in a circle, and I'm sure along the line somewhere there's been some genuine pushback and questions, but
certainly.
Some of them just like it just be too. Because the atheists they always have
on point.
It's always the right type of atheist to say the right type of thing that they can rebuttal. Right. It's always the atheist that they describe that is there. It's never like a regular one. It's always the one that's the exact type of atheist y'all say exists. Why nobody says that? And it just be fake arguments to make them. And you look around at the people. Cliff.
What?
I know you go by Cliff. If you just type in Axe Cliff on YouTube,
Oh, okay. No,
oh, I thought you wanted to join in on him.
I just never heard of him. I was wondering if he was like
he's
popular.
like he's a nice guy, but it's like nah. Nah.
I mean, like Christianity was there was like a lot of stuff happening down there, but it's really not the same. It wasn't the same.
But
not the same religion. It wasn't the same religion. What was brought to them actually was a colonized, like state incentivized kind of religion, and it erased those original believers. Not erased them, but you know what I mean. It changed it forever.
Yeah, it's been there. It was just there, and just because it was first doesn't make it true. You know.
Yeah.
If I beat you home, if I get to your house before you do, don't make it mine.
True.
I mean, it depends on what part of the world you're in.
Yeah, true.
That made me think of the Simpsons, where Marge is walking down the street and a realtor standing outside of a house for sale, and she says to Marge, "If you lived here, you'd be home by now." First comment.
That's a pretty good sales pitch.
Yeah. The idea that just because it's, like, oh, we found the origin of it, or we did it first, it means it's true. Just the idea of assigning a truth value to, like any religion, just because you found evidence that people at one time believed it, doesn't mean it's true. Like, and the fact that so many people want to deny evolution, but evolution is literally happening with our language and our bodies and the world around us. Like, nothing about
religion
is the same. Not everything is changing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think Christianity is going to look? What do you think Jehovah's Witnesses are going to look like in 20 years if they're still around?
But Jehovah never changes, though.
What?
So they say.
It doesn't change, but we do apparently. But that was, obviously he wanted that to happen, right? Or no, we were supposed to live forever. But if we live forever, then does that mean we stop changing?
I don't know. We're supposed to live forever here on the planet to do what? I don't know. Like what?
Overflow it with people.
To do what?
We have to have a human in every square inch of the planet.
Gooning to be here for them all to.
You wouldn't be gooning, because gooning isn't part of the system.
Yahweh wants a full planet so he can dunk us again. But he don't want to murder just what's on the the population of the planet now. He needs a multitude.
By fire,
he's trying to break water. He's trying to break his record.
He's trying to. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
A new high score.
New high score. Oh fuck! That's sinister.
So it's been an hour. Are we gonna meet this time again next week, or a
same time? Same time, same place?
If we're gonna meet the same time, we might possibly have a guest lined up.
We can do guests.
I'm fine with whatever.
We'll keep it a surprise now until we know.
When school starts, I'll probably be showing up probably 5-10 minutes before, because I have to go across the street to get these.
Works for me.
Oh, we can, adjust.
We always give it an hour.
No. I like the time.
Right.
You like time? Okay.
Literally, school's literally right across the street.
Oh, it's right.
So
when I say across the street, I'm talking right across the street.
Literally. This is our will be, at least for now, our new time, folks.
Yes.
So no more Thursday nights unless, I don't know, somebody feels like doing it. But this will be our new time, and we'll probably do a lot of reviews, like reaction videos, watching commentary, etc. So if you have any videos, you can always let us know and drop it in the Apostate Coalition if there's one that you want us to take a look at.
This time frame was also chosen in that it may be easier for other people, other places to also join us if they wanted. So We have a few friends from, the other side of the globe that maybe wants to join, and this might be a better option. But we can always do a different hangout on Thursday nights if that's ever something people want to do. I don't want to get rid of it. I'll be honest. I originally wanted to do it at that time because it seemed sacrilegious on a meeting night to do and hang out and have the conversations we were having. So, but I'm past it.
It does feel good. It did feel good, but we lived it. We
Something
got
else
it.
to occupy your time you could do.
Right.
Jehovah Witnesses meet on Thursdays.
Thursday nights. It's one of the.
It's a little different, little subtleties, but like when I went 20 years ago, it was Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays. 1 to 2 hours minimum. And then often you'd go like Saturday for field service for taking up half your day. And you were getting dressed and getting ready and traveling and consorting.
It's like a 3-hour thing. Like once all said and done, it's like a chunk of your day gone.
When we was going to church, like we'll go to church, we'll leave to go to church. We had to drive past the whole witness thing. We would come back and look, I'm still in there. Then we'll leave, go do something else. We ducked church over. We out and left. Oh, he's still in there? Man.
Yep.
It's really torture for little kids who can't. The kids can't sit still no matter what. Anyways,
do you see me? Do you see me?
Right.
Here?
It's hard as an adult for me to sit still for an hour.
Like,
so.
As a kid, I was probably a freaking nut.
I'm gonna ask my mom. Why didn't we stick with Jehovah? We didn't stick with that Jehovah Witness church.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what she said. Like why y'all didn't keep going. Report back to us, Tyler, for next week.
See what she said.
All right. Well, we should say goodbye. End of here, and then we'll meet back up next week.
Stay loyal to the hour.
Yeah. We'll
Jehovah
do
for the
other
win.
topics.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do my videos, so I'll bore you all next week.
Oh! Did you have it ready?
Everyone tune in next week to find out who the mystery guest might be.
Okay, well, say goodbye.
Someone worth looking at. I'll tell you that.
Oh, hey.
I'm already here. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there's only one out of 4. Bye, everyone.